Hello everyone, it's Natasha from Treasure Books. Okay, so I have this large document envelope and I want to turn it into a journal. So the first thing that I am going to do is reinforce it. I've pre-cut this piece of cardstock. The only issue is I don't have anything long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off this side of my envelope. First I want to put it in there to where I want it to sit. And then I'm going to trim this off. I just want to make something quick and grungy. I'm going to have to seal this shut. I also know that I want to use my scrap box. So I'm just going to pull things out of here and just create something. So the first thing I see over here is this map piece, and I'm just going to start collaging. Anyway, I'm going to stop here and I will start gluing things down now and then see what happens. I'm not even thinking what goes and not even looking at colors. I just want to get it on there. Okay, so here's my collage. Actually, now I'm thinking, what if I apply some napkin right over the top? I'm going to try that and you know, see what happens. Why not? I just placed the napkin over the top of my collage that's not dry yet. I probably should sort of rip it out first, but I just want to hurry up a little bit. So I'm going to apply glue and then I will rip the edges. Oh my god, this is looking ridiculously busy, isn't it? It is. Maybe I should add some white to mute everything down. Maybe just across like this. Let's see. I can always add some paint once it's dry if I'm not happy with how it looks. It's looking so crazy right now. I am going to let it dry and then see what I'm going to do with it. So that's nice and dry. What I'm going to do now is add some stitching around, but I'm not going to stitch this side because I want to keep this pocket, and then I'll decide also what to do on the inside. Okay, so I've added some stitching all around. I have some missed stitches here, that's okay. I've chosen black thread just for a bit of contrast, and now I'm going to fold it and see what happens. Crease it down so it stays folded somewhat. So it's looking quite messy in here. I will deal with that, but first I want to finish my cover. I'm going to maybe add a book plate. I am adamant to make this work, so I've got some of this wallpaper. I'm just thinking what I can do with it. Okay, there's a couple of options. Something like this. That's just a stamp. Something like this. I don't know, it's not really speaking to me too much. Something like this with some black inking around. Maybe I could add some butterflies like that, but it still looks too busy, so I'm just going to stick with this. Maybe I'll ink these edges black. I don't know, that didn't really make it look nicer. Maybe if I add some brads to the corners, it might pull it all together. Let's see how it's going to look. Okay, I've decided to go with these darker brads, and I'm just going to add them to the corners of my book plate. Here we go. I think that will be okay. So now I just have to glue this on. So that's glued on. I need to leave it under something heavy so that this can glue down completely flat as it's wanting to curl up, and then I will continue. Here we go, that's nice and dry and I'm quite happy with that. So now I have to deal with this inside. This, I wasn't anticipating this issue here. I need to cover that because I don't like it. So what I decided to do is just to cover it with some pretty paper. I could have even just used tea-dye paper and it would have worked fine as well. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue this down. When we're thinking about a project, we tend to try and visualize all of the steps in advance, and then we get overwhelmed because we're not sure what to do. I think the important thing is to just cross that bridge once you come to it. So here is my bridge. I needed to fix this, and this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead, glue this down and let it dry. And here we go. It's nice and dried and adheres down completely, and it looks so much better. It's dried under something heavy overnight, so that's why it's all nice and flat. All right, my next step is to bind in my signatures, or one signature, and I have just chosen some tea dyed pages and avocado dyed pages and just some scrapbook paper like this. I'm using 10 pages that are folded in half, so that gives me 40 sides, and now I'm just going to bind it into my journal. And there we go. So that's bound in using a 3 pamphlet stitch, and I'm just going to work it in a little bit, open and close it a few times so that the journal is sitting, or the pages are sitting nice in there. After my binding, now I'm going to do some embellishing. So I just pulled out a few bits and pieces from my stash, and I'm going to embellish my journal now. I made this one specifically for this journal. All right, and I'm going to speed up this process so you're not awfully bored, but this one I made last night, and I thought this is actually muslin or calico, and it's been stamped on. So I want to put that in this pocket here at the front. There's one pocket here, then there's that card that I put in, and there's another pocket. It's pretty cool. So I might put something in that pocket as well. I also want to decorate this pocket over here, or this flap rather. And I'm going to use one of these, I forgot what I've called them. I have a tutorial and I'm going to link it down below. I'm just going to choose one that looks good. I like this one. This is why I love making things in advance, because when you're decorating a journal, you have everything ready. And I'm going to trim these off. You have everything ready and you don't need to spend time trying to think of what goes on each page and trying to decorate and make embellishments as you go. So many tutorials on my channel on making things, and of course not just on my channel, so many tutorials in general out there. It can be very overwhelming because there's so many ideas, but when I make things, I make quite a few at a time, and then I have them to use as I'm embellishing. So I'm bringing this sort of pinky purplish theme to the inside. So I've got purple here, but something's not sitting well. So I wonder if I can maybe swap some things. I think that looks better because then we've got the green and the purple. Anyway, let's keep going. So over here I've put this pocket that flips up, and there's extra journaling space in there, but then this tag is missing something. So I'm just going to add this little snippet of some fabrics and a brad, and I also had this pre-made, so very easy to just go in and pull stuff out. That looks much better. That one opens up. I'll just leave it as it is for now. Here's a little envelope that I made, and then maybe finally I'll pop this one in here. There we go. Just a little fabric cluster over here. Okay, so this little paper cluster made that into a pocket as well. Pop that tag in. And finally, I just want to add this little baggie. I made this from cereal box. I also have, cereal box liner. I also have a tutorial on that as well, so I'll link it down below. So I'm gonna find a place for that as well. And generally, I like to clip things in so that whoever purchases the journal can move these things around. And as you're writing, maybe you don't want this here, maybe you want that in a pocket somewhere, or you want to keep stuff in there, tickets and whatnot. I want you to be able to move it around. So there we go, it's clipped in. Maybe this pocket, I'm going to put something else in here. See what I mean by having things ready to go? So these are all magazine images that I back onto some tea-dye paper and then sew around. So I have all these ready-made things that can go in journals. So look at that, it's fun. Let's see if this one fits perfectly. So one pocket, two pockets. So in regards to the magazine images that I've just shown you. You most certainly can use magazine images in your journals and in the journals that you sell. The only thing you can't do is reproduce them, so you can't copy them, scan them and print them out and then keep reusing the same image. The same can be said about books in general. So you can't copy, but you can use the original. I think I need something more here. You can use the original page. There we go. Always nice to have some extra paper. I just want to add another little thing on that page. So let's see if I can find something in my folder. This is my pre-made little things. That's cool. That's cool. Now I'm adamant to use this tag somewhere. Doesn't really go there. Maybe I could put it in this envelope just for a little surprise in there. Another little something that I want to add is this bookmark. This is from a hand fan that I have pulled apart, and then I created these bookmarks. I will link that tutorial down below. So this can sit anywhere in the book and can be moved around because it's a bookmark. I love how that looks. And the last thing I think I need to worry about is this. So my journal keeps wanting to pop open, and once it's sitting on a shelf, I guess with other books or under whatever, under books, it will stay closed, but I need a closure for now. So after rummaging for some time, I found this stretchy type of a lace. So anything really can be a closure on a journal, but I really like this stretchy type of lace because it means that I don't have to undo it every time I open the journal. I can just slip it off. I want it grungy, and this is kind of looking shabby chic a little bit, is it not? And one last thing I'm going to add is this little charm, and I'm going to pop that right over here. And of course this can be removed and placed wherever, but I think for one final touch, here we go. This turned out completely different to what I pictured in my mind. I thought it's going to be a grungy journal, ended up being this shabby chic kind of type of journal. You know, isn't that always the case? We imagine something and our project turns out completely different, which is one of the things I love about this craft. It can go so many different ways. If you are still here and if you're interested to stay, I'm going to do a flip through of this journal, like a proper flip through so you can see. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you learned something new. If you want to see any of the tutorials I mentioned, everything is linked down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. But if you're still here, let's go inside and have a proper little look at the journal. So of course, as we know, here we've got pocket number 1, pocket number 2, and I have placed these things inside. There's actually some baking paper in here, mostly for that sound, because I love that sound. And this is from a book, and I have just sewn it onto some tea-dyed paper. And then over here a tag, paper ruffle, just a book page, and then sewn that on to some coffee-dyed, tea-dyed page paper. I just wanted to show you that that paper, that here, comes from this. It was some sort of a catalogue for a local theatre, and look at this beautiful paper. So the inspiration is all around us. There's just so many things that we can use without having to spend a single dollar. Scrapbook page here, some different types of tea dyed pages, and avocado dyed and onion skin dyed. This one opens up for journaling, and a little pocket here from the cereal liner bag. This one opens up this way. So here's our bookmark that can go anywhere. And now a tag over here. And I've just stitched through. And there's an envelope. And then I popped this little embellishment here on a page. It's purely to beautify the page, I guess. Lots and lots of writing space, and space for whoever purchases this journal to place their own things in here. And then this one also opens up in a little image here, and then a pocket over here embellishment here. That scrapbook page. And that's the back of the journal. And that's the back cover. I'll give you a closer look of this tassel here. I've just got some lace on there. I've got some beads on there. Some gold beads. And then this one here, I think this was a Nick the Booksmith tutorial that I did years ago. And I still have some. Just a button on some book page. And there you have it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for staying till the end, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!